Shola. So it's so nice to have you on this table. Okay, so I have a question for you. Oh, it's not funny, but so the question is, can you just mention some mistakes you've made in life that when you just remember those mistakes, you just laugh and why? Can we have that?
First and foremost,
Trusting people.
friends. So when I started the TriTech journey, I had a lot of friends, 30, 40 friends, but I realized it's not about the number of friends, it's about the quality of friends. And I would say that this journey has opened my eyes to the fact that not everyone's going to be happy for your progress. People will stab you in the back, and people will envy you. So my biggest lesson is just keep your circle as small as possible. So I only have, I would say, 4 good friends. And even those 4 good friends, I've learned to be very secretive. I'm very, so when I put things on my WhatsApp, it's literally 1% of what you're seeing. But it's a strategy of, let me put there.
Let's have an online presence.
But you never see, like, okay, I'm here. So my picture on my status now was like a glass and a tray. But you wouldn't know I'm in Harrods. When I'm traveling, you wouldn't really know the type of hotel I'm in or what the hotel looks like, or whether I'm flying business class. So privacy is key. You have to be so private. You have to be so secretive. I've got 2 numbers, my business WhatsApp and my personal WhatsApp. I made that decision this year. And since I've done that, I've had so much peace. So access is a privilege.
So people like us should not misuse access.
No, it's a privilege. And also, another lesson I've learned is don't feel guilty because you have. Because there's something called imposter syndrome. Okay. Imposter syndrome is when you feel guilty because you have, or you feel guilty because you're clever, or you feel guilty because you have so much achievements. It's something that I've had to deal with a lot, but now I don't care. I have high standards. I like good things. I work hard, so I will not be ashamed to show that I have it. As long as I am honest with how I get my money, I'm doing my best to help people around me. I owe nobody an explanation. Nobody.
Okay. One more question. There are some young ladies, young girls that they don't have father, they don't have mother, and they are the ones striving hard to become great. I don't know, with your experience, do you have anything to just share them up and encourage them?
It's sad because I lost my dad when I was 11 years old. My mom, we didn't have a good relationship. So, I was saying that I lost my dad when I was 11 years old. And my mom, we didn't really have a proper relationship until I was in my late 20s. Yeah. I remember that our relationship was so bad that Baba had to come and intervene on so many occasions. Sometimes you've got to just understand that your parents are looking down on you. You lost your dad. And for me, it hurts me sometimes, and I'm like, wow, because I definitely would have been a daddy's girl. Even with my stepfather, I'm a daddy's girl. So my dad is like, wow, it hurts me that he's not seeing this. However, I'm always like, I've got a legacy that I need to continue. And 2, I know that my dad is looking down at me, smiling. And 3, God has given us the calling. God has given everyone a calling. So yes, it's sad when you lose people and you're by yourself, but we've got to just wait and do what we have to do.
So we can start from discovering a purpose.
Exactly, and there's a motto: make a way and not an excuse. I hate excuses. You know those excuses? Oh, I'm tired. Oh, my husband. Oh, my children. I have 3 children. I would say that I support them where I can. They don't see me all the time. But you know what? In the future, they will be grateful. Does that make sense? In the future, they will be so grateful because I'm preparing them for the future. And then also with my kids, her, their future is going to be so bright. You know why? Because sometimes you do good things and you think, oh yeah, if I do good things, God is going to bless me. It might be in years to come. It might be generations to come. And that's why with karma, you'll be thinking, oh, karma, it can affect, might not affect you. It could affect your generation. But you know why I say that my kids are going to be great? Because the prayers that I get, I'm like, wow, my children can never suffer. So it might be that I'm never with my kids, mom is always busy, but I'm just like, their life, the life that they're gonna have is different to the life that I have, which is no fault of my mom and dad, but their life is just gonna be so beautiful.
Your children, they are so lucky to have you. So how do you see life in general?
Life is a journey with a lot of ups and downs. People can love you today and hate you tomorrow. If you're not being talked about, that means that nobody knows you.
You're not winning.
You're not winning. So when you're hearing he said, she said, that means, okay, I'm popular. That means I'm doing something good. Life, we need God. And a lot of people don't understand how much I love God. I reference God in everything that I do. Also, just be good to people. Don't look down on people. I remember one time that you said that you found out about me on Google. But the way that I relate to people, humility is key. And the reason why I'm so humble is because I remember my journey when I didn't have. No one was there to help me. No one was there to guide me. So that always resonates with me that, Mama Hope, you came from having nothing to having
Something.
So inspire and help people around. And don't look down on anybody. You know why? The tables can change at any time. I'm looking at you, and yes, maybe I'm doing better than you, but there might be a time that I need your help with something. So everybody needs everybody, regardless of whether you're rich, poor, in the middle. Everybody needs everybody.
This is deep and inspiring. Okay, let's go to another sphere there. So what's your favorite music?
Oh, I would say
Let me see your
between,
song.
I would say 90% of what I listen to is gospel music. And the reason why, so if it's not gospel music, it's R&B. But you know, sometimes with
You're
R&B,
listening to the
I do, but 90% of the time I can be lazy with prayers, yeah? But when I'm listening to gospel music, it wakes me up, it triggers me that, wow, God is on the throne. And because of the mood, a lot of the time I want to get myself in a spiritual mood, so most of the time gospel music. If I'm playing music in my car, it's gospel music. If I'm at home, most of the time, it's gospel music, yeah.
This is beautiful. So that's, you mentioned something. So even if you are awake to pray, so you mean while listening to songs, you can get connected?
Yeah. So every time I have a taster session, my team will testify it's gospel music that I play. Because you can be doing I'm unavailable. Mentally, where's that going to take you? It's going to take you to a different realm, yeah? But when you're listening to the likes of Sumisola, Bukola, Beckers, people are shocked that I listen because that's my way of referencing God. And that's why you'll find that even in the church, a lot of the time that when I go into my it's music, because I'm so connected to music. Yeah.
So you mentioned something again. So you go into trance? So can you share the journey? How is it just a Sunday?
No, sometimes it happens at home as well. But I would tell you that it was something I wanted. I told God, this thing I wanted. So I used to look up to Auntie Shade. At that time I wasn't even a Christian. I was just these lukewarm Christians. And one day, every day I was like, Papa, this thing that, I want this thing. Even speaking in tongues, I didn't know how to speak in tongues. But I said to God, give me this gift. And I still remember how it happens. Like, there was just a day I got into church, and boom, Spirit just entered me. That was it. But it was something that I wanted. I wanted it.
You're like inside.
Yeah, I wanted it.
How did
but
you feel last Sunday?
it wasn't even a Sunday. We used to have this event. Oh, what's it called? I don't remember what it was called. It was a Thursday. It was like a 1-hour event. And I just remember that I fell down. But that was it. And I'm just so happy that this gift that I have. You know when they say guard your gift, I guard my gift. So there's things that I will not do so that I don't pollute. I'm not saying that I'm innocent, but you know when you have that spiritual gift, there are things you cannot be caught doing or saying because God can take it away at any time.
I'm really happy for you. I'm really happy because a lot of people they are still on the mountain. Pray, God use me, God use me. I want to speak. I want to understand.
I wanted it. No lie. I said, God, I want this gift.
So are you telling us that when we ask, He gives?
He does.
When we knock, He opens?
He does. 1,000,000%. 1,000,000%. Although sometimes you think I haven't asked for 1,000,000 things, but He won't give it to me because one, maybe it's not my time.
Yeah.
Or two, it's
Might
just not for
distract
me.
you.
It will distract me. But it will always give you what He thinks you deserve and what is right for you at that point in time.
This is beautiful. So while you were talking, a question came in mind. Let's go to relationship. Have you experienced breakup before?
Oh yes. I feel like everyone's gone through a breakup. Yeah. It's part of life. It's part of life. It doesn't make you a bad person. It doesn't mean you're a weak person or anything like that. It's called part of life. And I feel like in my marriage now, all the mistakes I made in these little relationships has helped me in my marriage. So yeah. And with my marriage, I'm very secretive.
I see you don't post things about that online.
But that keeps people very inquisitive. And intentionally I do that sometimes. Let people be thinking, oh, is she not? Where is she today? What's she up to? You don't need to know. It's a network is so bad. So yeah, that's life.
So at what age would you advise a girl to go into a relationship?
So I look at my daughter right now. I see that now I want to have that relationship where my daughter will tell me, "Mommy, I'm dating someone." Because we know we never had that luxury. If you tell your mom and dad, I have a boyfriend, slap. We don't want that because when they're going through the heartbreak and when they need that relationship advice, they go to the wrong people. It's going to be an uncomfortable conversation, but at the same time, I want to know so that I can guide her and protect her. And let's be honest, we know what we were like when we were in uni. So if I'm looking at my kids and thinking, don't have boyfriends, don't have girlfriends, I'm deceiving myself. But what I can do is continue to instill morals. I don't want to be a grandmother to young age. Can you see, Mommy? And this is why I'm so proud of my achievements because my daughter can go on Google and search my name. She did that a few days ago. And she was like, wow, Mom, well done. That's inspiration.
Yes.
My son, Bami, he sees all my awards. And he started gathering awards as well. Football awards. That's inspiration. We even have banter. I'll say, Bambi, you have more awards. No, Mom, you think you have more? I've got more. Because let me tell you that if they see that their mom and dad are just lying in bed, sleeping every day, not doing anything every day, trust me, that mentality sticks with them that is normal. But when they see that mom is waking up, mom is working around the clock, like what my mother did. My mom is a workaholic. That sticks with them that actually my mom is something, which means that we also have to do something. And I don't talk about my kids a lot, but a lot of what I do is for my kids. Because I know that their future is so... So beautiful.
I'm being emotional. I'm being emotional. So the last
And I
question.
give them, I'm so sorry, do you want me to carry
No,
on?
go ahead.
So I do give them what they want because I'm not there a lot of the time. Yeah? I allow them to enjoy luxury of things because I'm not a typical mom that does school or sits. I don't have the time. So it's my way of saying, mommy is not around all the time, but that doesn't mean that my kids should not enjoy the benefits of what I'm achieving. So yeah.
Thank you so much, Dr. Adeshola Cole. Okay, so this question is how do you balance career with family?
It's hard, and I'm lucky that I have auntie that is so trustworthy. Before auntie, I had a terrible experience with a nanny, in which family it affected him mentally. That was hard. But what makes it work with the nanny that I have now, or auntie, I don't even like to call her the nanny, I like to call her auntie because she's part of the family, is I always say that if someone is looking after my children, I must look after you. You cannot be mean, and that's the problem that a lot of Nigerians have. You cannot be mean to somebody that is looking after your kids. You know why? They're going to be mean to your kids. But when you look after them, you treat them as family, you make them feel like they're part of the family, and they're free with you. They feel indebted to you, and they will look after your kids. So that's number one. Number two, this year I've taken them on holidays. I've never done that before. It was something that I said, God, this year I have to treat my kids. We go on holidays, we have a good time, and I just try to make sure that at least once or twice a week I catch up with them in the evening. We play. I'm a very playful mom. We talk, we have banter. I'm giving them a hug. I love to hug my kids, like mommy's here, because that's something that, again, as products of Nigerian families, we don't get that. We don't get the hugs. We don't. I don't remember my mom. Doesn't mean my mom doesn't love me, but my mom will never. I'm shy. My mom will never say I love you, daughter. Amita will never say love you, mom, or give a hug. Doesn't mean we don't love them, but that's how we've been brought up. So with my children, I want that to be different. Like we hug, we kiss. I'm very affectionate with my children. Yeah. I have to hug my kids in the morning. Hello, baby. So me and my daughter, we have a little special handshake that we do, that we created. So we do that every day. In the morning, I have to hug my kids, give them a kiss. It's just showing them that affectionately I'm there for them. And what happens there is that even if they go into relationships, it's not going to affect them that mommy doesn't show affection. Like, that affection is so important because it can affect relationships, it can affect who they communicate with in their environment, it can even affect them in school. So I would say, do I pamper my children? I wouldn't say pamper, but affection is important.
Now we're all learning, including your hosts. I'm learning. Okay, so for 2024, how should we prepare for 2024? What are you saying for 2024?
So every year, I compete with myself. So people make out that I'm very competitive, but I'm actually very competitive with myself.
Not anybody else.
It's an arrogant thing. I will look at people and I'll say they're not my competition. My competition are the likes of Oprah Winfrey. People that I know, I might never get there, but those are the people that I want to compete with. And when I do that, that changes my vision. But if you're competing with your everyday friends, please, it's nothing. So every year, I need to make sure that I'm achieving something better than what I achieved the previous year. It's a must-have. I cannot end the year in the same situation. I cannot. That means I failed myself. So this year I brought a new car. This year I brought a new house. This year I won awards. It's been a fabulous year, and that means that next year is going to have to be harder because I achieved so much this year. but I refuse to end 2024 in the same situation. It's not possible. So it's a challenge. Because this year has been so great, there's a challenge in me that, wow, I don't know how I'm going to do it next year, but that just means I need to work harder.
Okay, so before can you just tell our audience a little thing about TriTech? What do you do at TriTech?
TriTech is a multi-award winning company that helps you transition into tech with any career of your choice, whether you want to be a project manager, a business analyst, a data analyst, a cybersecurity analyst, and so on. We have won over 10 awards, including Woman of the Year 2018, Woman of the Year 2022, African Legacy Award 2023. We've been featured in Forbes Africa 2023 and many other awards. And we have over 3,000 success stories to date.
3,000? You mean 3,000? Wow, this is big and fantastic. So to end this show, what's your favorite quotes?
Make a way and not an excuse.
Make a way
and not an
excuse. Ladies and gentlemen, people watching us at home, it has been a beautiful time with Dr. Adeshola Cole, the CEO of TriTech, both in the United Kingdom and in Nigeria. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much.
So see you soon. Hi, I'm Adebayo Judge,
Thank you for having me.
known as Mr. Gay.